And another week is gone by. Another Friday we sit here. Thursday we were last week. This week's Friday. We sit here, and I often wonder, as I sit here and as I begin to contemplate what all has transpired, I begin to wonder if people are even caring that I'm on. A few people have said they do not care that I'm on this program. I'm wondering, personally, if anybody is caring that I'm even on the program. I'm wondering because I haven't seen anybody as I adjust my microphone here with the ability to tell me if I'm doing anything right or wrong, if they care about me being on here. So as you hear all the jiggling and the jaggling here from my microphone, that's the way it is sometimes. And I'm not sorry that people hear the jiggling and the jaggling of my microphone here. I'm not sorry at all, actually. It's part of the program. It's part of what happens. It's part of what we do here. So if you're wondering why I'm jiggling and jaggling my microphone here, it's because I'm trying to get it so it's perfect for you. Absolutely wonderfully and perfect for you. Because some of you want to not have the perfect side of anything in there. You guys don't want perfection. And perfection has to be done. So welcome to the program, folks. I encourage you to go up to the one area up there on my website. I encourage you to get a good look at the website. I encourage you, www.brotherwade.com, and let me know what you think of everything that's up there. Let me know what you think of the website. Let me know what you want to do on the website. Some people did have some things that they wanted to see up there. And yes, I know my microphone was crackling earlier. It's not doing it now, thankfully. So welcome to the program. I'm glad to see everybody back. I'm glad to be up here. I'm glad that everybody is participating in it. And when I do this program, I have to realize, or you have to realize, folks, that I am sitting in a chair inches away from my microphone. And a lot of times I don't often speak very clearly into the microphone. But this new chair system I have here helps me do that. I don't know if it's because the chair is wonderful, or if it's because I'm wonderful, or if it's because everybody else is wonderful around me and it makes it look like it's wonderful. Not sure about that yet. We have no background noise. We have no other noises going on. We have no power plays, if you will. This is not sports, folks. This is not your sports show here. I am not into doing power plays and all that stuff. So, with that being said, what do you want to talk about today? What do you have on your mind? And if you're looking at me here in the iVlog TV chat room, the iVlog TV chat room and the Facebook are two different things. I pay attention to whichever one. My eyes go back and forth. And I realize that. And it also goes to my recorder right here because I got to record every show. We just got the other shows up on my website. In fact, they are probably being downloaded as we speak. And I can get over here on my laptop and show you my shows. I can show you on the laptop what they look like, how they are. They're not as beautiful as I was hoping. They're not, and I realize that. I can get one of these up here for you. Anyways, the website looks great. And it's just wonderful. I think it's great that we have a website. I think it's wonderful that we can do the things with the website that we can do. And if you're watching me, I'm actually going up here right now to try to show you what one of these would look like if I was to actually be serious about it and put it up there. A lot of times people don't want to do it. They don't want to have it to be focused. I don't know whose that is on there. So I am trying to figure out my camera here, folks. Does this look better to you guys? Because if this looks better, I'll put it right there. But I thought when I came up here that this looks better. And it looks more broader and more kind of professionally done here. But I don't want to show my entire house. See, folks, the Facebook almost shows my house. It almost shows what it is in that house. I don't like my headphones on at all. I don't like talking with my headphones on. I actually don't like that at all. And yes, I just heard somebody come on. I'm putting up here right now what it is. And I can't always jump and dive and all this funny dancy stuff I'm doing in the video. It looks absolutely weird. But I can't always jump and dive when people send me messages on my Facebook and a laptop. Because I have, here's one of them and there's the other. So, let's get into today. Earlier, I was looking at the news. Nothing special. Really more than what was going on yesterday. Donald Trump, I guess. Something about him doing some kind of show. We see more government issues with war. I don't think war is going to happen. My emails, I dove into my emails, by the way. A lot of people were asking what was wrong with the tone of my voice. I don't know if you're listening to me on Facebook, if you're listening to me on YouTube. I don't know what is wrong with the tone of my voice. I don't know what you mean by that. You have to be more specific. You have to be more detailed in your email. If you're making comments or criticisms, that's fine. I don't know what's wrong with my voice. My voice has been the same since I was probably a little kid. I was told I have a deep voice. I can't hear it. But anyways, I don't think my pencil's going to sharpen. Trying to sit here sharpening a pencil as I'm talking to you. To write down some of the stuff that we have on this piece of paper I have for the show. And it's just not working. So I'll have to use a pen. I was going to use a pencil. Because with a pencil I can erase stuff. And it just makes it a lot better for me. It just makes it a lot calmer, maybe, if you will. And me to be calm on this program is something else altogether. Me being in my chair, ready to go, is a lot better. I got this fancy pen, if you're looking up here. Nice wooden style fancy pen. But anyways, the phones are not going to be opened until the second half. I see somebody's trying to call in. Don't call in. By the way, we have a new choice system. Please press number 4 or 5, I think it is, to get on the program. Okay? You will be directed to get up there, and you'll be in a holding sequence or something. I don't know. I redid it, so it's a lot better than it was the other day. It's a lot better than it seemed to be. That's what's new about the show. What other stuff do we have in front of me here? Oh, yes. Yesterday I was talking about the ghost box. Got 2 emails about that. I bought my equipment from lessemf.com. LESS, lessemf.com. The letters EMNF, and then .com, lessemf.com. They had a kit, and I took out some stuff in the kit that I already had. I didn't necessarily agree with stuff, so I think I paid maybe about $25 extra for some extra stuff too. So it was a good price. I got it, and I will be displaying that. If people want to see my paranormal equipment, me do demonstrations, me showing people the paranormal equipment, let me know, because I don't mind coming up here and doing that for you. I don't mind coming up here and showing you the equipment. And I don't know what just, if anything, just fell on the floor. I hope something not important just fell on the floor, because if it did, you know, we're out of luck here, because I can't bend over and get it. So, with that being said, whatever fell on the floor is going to stay on the floor. And I know you can hear me mumbling around here looking for it. I think it was a piece of that speaker thing. And what is going on outside, folks? Fireworks, you might hear. Wonderful people passing around fireworks again. That happened yesterday during the program. One of our breaks, I didn't mention it, but somebody was blasting off fireworks outside. I think what they do is they buy high-quality fireworks and then blast them around outside. I see a few people on the Facebook messaging me. I can't get to you. I can't see it. It's up there. Right up there. 1, 2. Yeah. I can't see it. So if somebody would like to help me with my messages on my Facebook and tell people what to say and what to do, that'd be appreciated, because I can't get to you. We're doing a Facebook again live. If you're listening to me in the archives, the number to call in tonight is 607-238-3816. If you're listening to me in the archives, we do this program on Facebook. We do it on the iVlog TV chat room. We do that because people love watching me do the show, I guess. I guess it's the podcasting thing. Earlier, I was on here talking about some of my equipment to do my show. And I just realized as I sit here looking at it, the camera is cockeyed. The camera is at a weird angle, I think. Anyways, doesn't matter. What is everybody doing? What does everybody want to do? Maybe I will move the camera. What does everybody want to see me talk about? There we go. Now I can look at both cameras. Jointly effort. In the back here is my window. And as I sit here, and I just noticed this in my camera, you'll see the window shades broke. It's because the panel on the window is that way. So don't think that I don't know that the image on the camera looks weird, because I do. But anyways, for you folks that'll be listening to me in the archives, go down to my YouTube. And don't forget to watch the other shows as well. Don't forget to catch up on last week's information. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube if you're listening to my voice. And if you're listening to me live today, go and subscribe as well to the YouTube. What do we got here? Let's see. Let's pick this one. Man scared to death because of ghosts. This is a funny story I got. I thought of it for a minute while I was watching it. Apparently, he saw a relative of his and had some kind of pulmonary cardiac problem. Yesterday I mentioned in the field we can have stuff wrong with us. I have high blood pressure. I have maybe heart. I don't know. I haven't gotten a diabetes yet. But while reading this thing about this guy here, it reminded me. Yesterday I discussed on the program that we go through a lot of changes. We go through a lot of body things. We go through a lot of aches and pains and stuff in this field. And one of them is our mind, and our bodies are reacting to some of the pressures that we have, cold and warm, and a lot of people don't realize that it takes a toll on your body. I was sent an email yesterday during the show. I didn't read it. I was going to save it. This is a great time to bring it up. They wanted to know if I have ever been attacked. Well, no, not exactly. I believe that the room that I was in changed temperatures. My body was hot to the touch. I felt cold. I felt weird. Not dizzy, but odd. And I had mentioned to somebody, I said, my body feels odd. So I don't know if that was necessarily an attack. Okay. But it was a situation for me. Now, I have seen my very best friend almost become possessed. I have seen another woman yanked backwards. She was in front of me. She yanked backwards towards me. I thought she had walked into a spider web. To be honest with you, there was spiders. There was things there. I thought she walked into a spider web. So I reached out and up to get rid of debris, spider webbing or hanging down threads or whatever it was. And she said, no, something hit her in her chest area and pushed her backwards. I also have seen somebody on the staircase, something grabbed at their knee area, their upper leg area. They were on a staircase, all of a sudden they're like, oh, made some funny noise or something, banged against the railing, and said that their knee felt like it was cut, like somebody scratched them. That was on a case. But I'm not sure if the person was walking on these stairs wrong, if the person had been attacked by it. They said they were attacked. But the stairs were a factor in that. But that is the third time I've seen something happen. Now, I've been an investigator for 14, 15, 16 years now. And I'm telling you, in this time frame, let's see, since 2002, so that would be about 15 actual years of investigating. 10 of those years was at a professional capacity. I figured this out because yesterday I was asked this question. So going into the show today, I'm going to say this so that other people, when they call in and they got questions and everything, I may not have to repeat this information. 10 of those years was a professional capacity. 2 of those years was putting together the team that we started with. And 3 of those years I've been independent. I've been collaborating with people. I've been a consultant. Yesterday the word slipped out of my mind. I've been a consultant, in a way, for many people online. So for 3 years I was independent. So out of those 15 full years, I've done numerous cases. And to answer this person's email about being attacked, I've seen a lot of things happen. But I am skeptic when it comes to people saying they're scratched or attacked or hurt or pushed. Because like I said, I walked through the woods and felt like something had me and realized I was in a heavy spider web. For you ladies out there, or men that they creeped out by spiders, there was about a whole bunch of them in this web. And I ended up having to pour water on my arm to get whatever was crawling on it off, because I think they were baby spiders. I think when I walked through the nest, or the spider webbing, it was as thick as one of those Halloween webbings you see like during the Halloween season, and they're cotton and you just pull it apart. That was this thick. And I think I walked through a baby spider nest. Not sure if spiders make nests for their babies or not, but whatever it was, there was a lot of little ones on me, and I had to pour water on myself, as I said, to get them off. So we're starting off the program today telling you good tales about the paranormal. We're starting off talking about me in this paranormal field. And I promise you, one of these days I will get my equipment out and I will do a tour of it. I've done a tour of my equipment on my YouTube, and I encourage you to go up to my YouTube. If you're already listening to me on YouTube, I encourage you to go through the other videos. Maybe you're listening to my voice in archives. Go through my other videos. If you are listening to me live right now, take a moment, go up on my YouTube, and look at what we have for you. Pay attention to my show, but look at the other stuff. Also, my website has a lot of good stuff on it, www.brotherwade.com. Our number tonight, 607-238-3816. I see us coming up on our first break time. So the number is 607-238-3816. My website, www.brotherwade.com. We'll be right back right after this break. All right, folks, we're back. We are wonderfully back. We are trying desperately to get through these emails. Some of the people saw me searching through my emails here on my laptop. I just found another one asking about the flat earth that I was talking about. That's two people. I think the second half of the program I am going to try my very best to get myself talking about that. Somebody's going to have to remind me, though. But to talk about my investigation status and what I'm doing with that is I am getting back in the field full time again. And cleansings, clearings, we're doing some other things. I took a small break. Family and some other things came up. And I do that once in a while. Oh, as I cough. Once in a while, I will take a break from the field. I will get myself out there. I will get myself in undoubtedly resistance to stuff. As in colds and flu seasons. In the winter, I take a break for the Christmas season. In the summer, depends on the vacation or whatever we're doing. And then, of course, we have our Halloween time. The whole month of Halloween, I'm active. And sometimes within these small breaks, like when school lets out in June to the end of the July, about now, is when it starts to slow down because everybody's doing that vacation. They want to get back by the late August so they can go back to school. I think a college around here starts in August, late August too. So that's what I'm doing. Now, what I really want to get back into, as I adjust the mic, what I really want to get back into is doing cases full time. I want to air some of my cases here on the program. Well, for you listening to me, it might not be aired on the program. It might be kind of, if you're listening to my voice, you'll hear about it. But aired on the YouTube as a show type deal. I've always wanted to do that. Now, I don't want to do TV. Well, I wouldn't mind doing TV now. My attitudes about that changed. I wouldn't mind doing TV. But it'd have to be something special that hasn't already been done. I don't know who just messaged me. So that's that. Talking and figuring out stuff and doing other stuff with the TV would be nice. Maybe being a consultant for television. Maybe being a consultant with other things. Maybe processing stuff. Maybe even helping other shows on their cases and what they're doing would be nice as well. I don't know. I don't know about TV. I've heard things. I've seen things. I've processed things. I've had stuff. So that's the way it is. That's the way everything kind of goes here. And it looks like my Facebook is having some troubles. So what am I going to do about my Facebook here? I'm not too sure. Possibly fix this here. But anyways, Anyways, anywho, anyway, anyhow, we're back on the Facebook. I just while I'm sitting here, I just booped them up on the Facebook Live, and people are coming back. So don't get me wrong on here. I know what I'm doing. I try to know what I'm doing. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I'm too far out and don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I need to put a kibosh to the things that I know and do. Maybe I need to focus myself a little bit better. And I don't know what that was all about. My phone just moved. I was trying to press the button because people come up in the little circles there on the phone. Anyways, welcome back, everybody. I apologize. I am live. Facebook Live. Now, at least. And as I begin to do that, it looks like it's acting up again. But it's not acting up. I don't know what it is. So, I'm just going to leave it alone. I'm just going to leave it alone, and I'm going to let it do what it wants to do. You can see tonight's setup's a little bit different. I did it a little different. 607-238-3816 is the phone number to call. www.brotherwade.com is my website. And I'm going to open up the phones after our second break, folks. More into the second half, actually. Because I don't want everybody calling in. Yesterday, people called in. We screened a lot of our calls yesterday. I'm not going to screen them today. Lauren came over and helped and screened our calls. And, a lot of people were nasty on the phone. And I don't like it when as I turn my head to talk again. I don't like it when people get nasty on the phone because it just drives me nuts. It makes me it just makes me pissed off, and I don't know what to I don't know what to do about that. What I don't know what to do is about this phone here, because this is kind of drifting me away from what I'm trying to do. So I got to sit here with a wire in my lap, I suppose. And I got to see what people are doing anyways. I don't know what anybody wants to talk about. The iVlog TV chat room has two people which said, "Hi, you're back." Yes, I am back. Okay, yes, I am, folks. I took a break from iVlog TV. I took a break from Vaughn TV. Haven't been up on Vaughn TV in a long time. But I'm here, and you can get me on my website, www.brotherwade.com, and see what I'm doing. We're going to put a calendar up there. We're gonna do a lot of stuff with the website and other stuff that's happening. So, folks, if you're watching me live on the Facebook or the iVlog TV chat room, again, welcome. And again, thank you. And tell your friends to come and join you here on the program and watch with you. But earlier we were talking about, let's get back into what we were talking about here. We were talking about me in the field and the emails that I got about being attacked, about what equipment I have, about how I do my investigations. And I think it's wonderful, and I like talking about it. I wish I could do more videos on it. I wish I could get more involved in some of the stuff I did. But you have to realize some of the stuff I do is confidentiality. You can't go into somebody's house, clear it, cleanse it, investigate it, work with individual clients. It's confidential. Some of the stuff I do is confidential, and I can't just go blabbing around all the stuff I do. And I have to respect the person that I'm doing the work for, doing the job for, doing the actions for, doing the services for. I have to respect them and their wishes not to have it known, because some people don't want it known, family, or they have other issues, or they don't want people to think they're odd or something. And a lot of people think that. A lot of people think that what they're thinking and what they're seeing and what's going on and what's happening is odd, and they might be thought of as weird. They might be thought of as less than what they are, or they might be thought of as somebody that's got a problem. And it's not true. It is certainly not true. It's certainly not true to the point where we have it all the time. I'm used to it. I'm used to having those thoughts around of being crazy and nuts or whatever the thoughts are. But the clients don't want to have it. Some people are very professional. Some people live professional lives, professional jobs, professional attitudes, professional community stuff, and they don't want this attached to them. They don't want this about them. They don't want people knowing that they're involved in it, and that also has to be respected. But I do wish that I can come up here and discuss stuff with you. I wish I could. But like I said, I don't want to invade my clients' respect or their wishes or whatever they choose to have done. And that's my priority. That's their priority. That's something that's made me what I am, is being good at what I do and the top at what I do. I discussed yesterday, I believe I am at the top of my field. I believe I am someone who is at the pivotal point in my career. I believe I am somebody who is a great member of the paranormal field. Now, I'm not saying I'm the very best. I'm not saying I'm the very worst. I'm not saying I'm better than somebody else. Don't say that. Don't think I mean that. Don't think I got that in my head, because I don't. But what I'm saying is, I take it seriously. I take it professionally. I take my role in this field to the utmost and the top that I can do it. And I feel that that is the way that I want to think about it. It makes me successful, having that positive attitude. It makes me successful having that lucrative discussion in my own thoughts. It helps me achieve where I want to go and what I want to do and where I want to be. It helps me with what is going on. I'm in no competition with anybody else. I'm in no competition with you. I'm in no competition with the other guy. And everybody knows who I'm talking about, what I'm talking about, where I'm going with this. And I'm also not going to sit here and let other people traumatize the field and uppity and yank it around either. Okay? I stick up for this community. I stick up for those who are in it. I have very good friends in it, very powerful friends, if you will. Star Wars quote, we both have two powerful friends. It oftentimes worries me that people are thinking in a competitive attitude. Now, I'm not saying I'm not competitive as in, I want to be that, and I want to do that, and I want to go there, and I want to go here, and I want to see this, and I want to see that, and I want it to be that way, and I want it to be the other way, and all around it's going to be what I want. Now, I'm not saying that either, but it's almost like this unity stuff. Everybody's in this one big pool, and they're all swimming around. Well, guess what, folks? While you guys are swimming around in that big pool, somebody's going to pee, somebody's going to splash, somebody's going to get out of control, somebody's going to start acting weird. And that's when I start looking around and saying, should I be so open? Should I be so wonderful? Should I be great in this thinking that I am not the best and competition stuff? But competition is going to happen. Competition has always thrived with stuff like this. Look at our TV shows. They're all the paranormal TV shows, folks, whether you like it or not. You may not like what I'm about to say, so please sit back in your chair just for one moment. If you're driving and listening to us, and a podcast or somebody, just slow the car down a little bit. Take your foot off the accelerator type deal. If you're listening to us live on Facebook or live on iVlog, pause whatever you're doing and just focus real quick and not to get all upset. Every single one of those shows online are doing the same thing. They're in the dark looking for a ghost with equipment. They're in the woods looking for a Bigfoot with equipment. They are looking for UFOs and aliens with equipment. All of us researchers, all of us investigators, all of us are doing the same thing. However, we're not all focused in the same direction. We're not all yippity and yippity and happy and yappy and ready to go as the other guy. So when you watch these shows, okay, every single one of them could be watched for a reason. I'll give you an example. Ghost Adventures, Ghost Hunters. There used to be Finding Bigfoot. There's another Bigfoot show out there now. There's about 5-6 shows. There's a guy that collects paranormal. There's a girl and a guy that do investigations together. There's a guy that's the retired police officer that does his show. And there's another psychic show. All 5 of those shows have the same stuff, same topic, same way. But each one of them can be watched for a different purpose. Each one attracts a different audience. And each one you can learn something from. That's the attitude people should have. People that come up to my show should say, hey, Wade is in this field. Wade is doing this, that, dot, the yippity, yappity, ya, ha, ha. And I'm going to learn from them. And then they're going to go up to another show, and they're going to learn from them, and it goes on and on and on. None of us should be fighting about this field. The only thing we should be fighting for is keeping it straight, keeping it good, and helping other investigators to make sure that they don't screw up when they do stuff. Or psychics don't screw up when they do stuff. Now, there are people in this field. Now, people are like, well, you mentioned the psychics. Look at all those. Let me tell you something, folks. Every psychic I ever met's the same. My tarot readings are no different than the other man's tarot reading or the other woman's tarot reading. I lay a card down. I tell you what the card means. I tell you how it pertains to your life. It's that in a nutshell, folks. But we all go a little bit different to help people. I have a reputation for doing free readings for tough cases. I have a reputation for taking what can't be done in the paranormal field, cases or investigation, structures, conventions, or whatever it was. I have a reputation, and I did have a reputation. I still have it. But for doing it good, the right way, we got cases on the spot. Hey, I need help right now. We can do it. Okay, we always have. In my local area, I made a heavy reputation on being the guy that can do it right now, ready to go. When other investigators needed some time or they needed a plan, we're right out there. I used to call it the volunteer fireman schedule. And I don't know what happened to my phone, but I'm going to keep talking. I used to call it the volunteer fireman schedule because my stuff is packed. My stuff is ready. When the call comes in, you go. Okay? It's like an ambulance. You get in it and you go. No matter what that dispatcher says, no matter what they used to call me up and say, this is here's the address, this is the case, this is what's going on, get there. And we would get there. We have evidence reviewed in 48 hours. I used to tell somebody, give me 2 days. Okay? One day, a half a day is for me to rest up from what the investigation we did. The rest of the half of that day we got right into the investigation. We got right into the evidence. We got right into what it was, where it was, and I don't know why my camera keeps falling. And then the next day was to make sure it was all right and good, and we didn't miss anything. Going over, if you will, everything. Second opinion type deal. And then the rest of that day was making sure we got it ready to go, perfect, for the client. 48 hours from the time we did an investigation. We've also done investigations that were multiple sections, multiple parts. We've done investigations that others refused. There's nothing there, they claim. It's too evil, they claim. It's too bad. The clients are this, the clients are that. Whatever it was, the other people wouldn't do it. Okay? Or they couldn't do it, or whatever the case is, they rejected it, okay? We would do it, no matter what it was. Anything that came in front of us, we did it. And I say this with a very serious tone, folks, and I say this with my eyes staring right at my cameras, both of them. Okay? And if you're listening to this in the archives, I want you to listen closely. There's nothing I can't do. There's nowhere I can't go. And I'm going to help anybody. It doesn't matter what they are or what they do or whatever that is about people. Because somebody somewhere needs help, and I don't reject that. I don't say no. You don't give up, and you don't say no if you want to stay long in this field. And I'm really getting off the email topics here. I've still got some laid out here. This one over here. But I got to get this off. And I'm headed right into the show. We're only in the first hour of the show, folks. We're really in the first hour of the show. I almost can't believe that we're getting heavy material, heavy stuff right now in our first half of the show. We are waiting. We have word that I'd be joined by somebody, hopefully. Maybe we're trying to get this done. Or we have word, and I have some guests coming up. I'm not going to say who they are. I want to surprise you. We found that out. I'm trying to get off the top of the paranormal right now, but a lot of people want to hear it, so I'm mixing it in here. 607-238-3816. Let me know what you think. If I'm right or wrong, let me know what you think. We can debate live right here on the program if you want. If you're listening to the archives, send me an email with your opinions. Leave comments for me. I love them. 607-238-3816. My website, www.brotherwade.com. Go up there, see the archives, see the photos, see what we're doing, see what we have, see what we got for you. Again, www.brotherwade.com. I'm on a roll, folks. I really am. And as I get on the roll, I realize that I should be checking my laptop because I have a few people trying to get to me here. They're trying to contact me. And so I'm trying to get things organized. But anyways, away from that, because I realize organizing this is probably going to be an absolute hassle. So whatever's going on, we still have a feed. Whatever is going on, the live people watching me will just have to deal with it. The archived people that are listening won't know a thing had happened because I'm not going to go into it. So that's good. If you got questions, 607-238-3816. If you want to do an email, cwlawrence01@gmail.com. That's cwlawrence01@gmail.com. Or go to my website, www.brotherwade.com. www.brotherwade.com. All right? That's how people that are listening to the archives can get involved. People that are listening live can also get involved. Go up to my website, look at stuff. We can answer some questions. We're going to open up the phones totally open up the phones in the second half. We're going to get those phones up. We're going to get you up. We're going to get to the questions that you might have. We're going to get to the problems you might have. We're going to get to what you want to do, when you want to do it. All this stuff that people are wondering about. Now, every time I mess with this camera here, It's because it looks like to me that it's not showing anything. It looks like to me it's not. It is? Okay. I've logged audience. Is it all right? It is all right. Good. Because I like seeing that everything is fine. I like seeing that everything is good. I don't like to see anything that's bad. Does it look better over here? Anyways, getting back to my conversation here. I don't want to fuss with this anymore. This is getting too repetitive to fuss with. Anyways, the client, we were talking about the client before all this stuff happened. The client is the one that's in charge. The client is the one that you're helping, and they should be catered to. Now, I know some of you are saying, are you nuts? These people, you're dealing with the public. Some people are not as friendly as others are. I realize that too. And I realize that sometimes things come up. People do strange things. People do odd things. But the client is the person that's called you. We've discussed this last week on the program. Last program, we discussed this. So, I'll just mention it one more time. Without the client, we're nothing. And without us, the client can't get help. And I want to make sure the client gets help. I want to make sure the client is well. I want to make sure that the client does what, does get the service they deserve. And away from that now, let's get off that topic. I'm talking about clients. And here a lot of people are listening to the program and they're like, oh, well, I could be a client. And I realize that too. And I realize that, if I say something wrong, we're all doomed. Well, we're not really doomed because people understand what I'm saying. People understand the backing to it. People are saying hello to me in the Facebook Live and in the iVlog TV. So hello, everyone. Give them a great big wave. With that out of the way. See, I don't take too fussy. If you're not too sure how my show runs, I'm not too fussy about the people coming to Facebook and the people that come into the iVlog TV chat room. I don't take fussy to these people. I don't fuss with them. I don't charm them. I don't make sure they're perfect. I don't give them warm hugs and great big kisses. But I do want them to enjoy the show, and I do want them to tell their friends about us. I do want to see our audience. I do like to interact with our audience. I do like to portray our audience as the camera falls right in front of me. It's almost like it's paranormal. This camera is almost like it's paranormal. That it's going to be pushed over. I don't know what's doing it. But it's not really upsetting me as much as it might be upsetting the person. For all I care, the camera could be aimed at the ceiling. You're listening to my voice. You're not really watching me. I have a face for radio and a voice for TV. Trust me, folks. All right? I'm not the best looking thing ever. I'm not something you want to stare at for very long. But I am something that you'll listen to for a long time. And that's just the way it is, I suppose. It's the way it's always been. It's the way people want it. It's the way people wish it to be. It's the way that they are expecting it. But anyways, I don't mind this setup the way it is. I'm not used to being on this side. What I did is I came over to where the board is, and I put a mic here, and that's what I did. The people that are wondering, I normally sit on the other side of the table. Now, I realize you guys listening to my voice right now cannot see the other side of the table. But the people that join me for my videos can see the other side of the table. They know how messy it is. They know I got all my papers spread out. So here I got a little area for my papers. So I keep reaching to my left and to my right to bring papers over. I keep looking for stuff because I'm not sure how the board guy has everything. The board guy could not be here today. He had some family issues to deal with, which I told him, go deal with what you got to deal with. I'll do it fine. I've done it for all these years without a board guy or a board person, a girl. We used to have a girl come in. I don't know what happened to her. I think she got bored with it, and I think she had some other. They always claim they got family problems, or they can't do stuff, or they don't want to do it, and then they disappear, and then we never hear from them again. We never see them again. But that's the way it is, I suppose. And I'm not one to complain. I'm not one to focus on why you can't do something or why you don't want to be here. You don't want to do the job, then don't do it. Okay? But I do like to help. I do like to have some help with this, because right now everything's right here. And I'm doing wonderful. I've done it for so many years by myself that having a bored person here oftentimes distracts me, because I'm focused on what they're doing, making sure they do it right, and then I gotta have my own stuff I gotta make sure is right, and I don't know how these other big name people do it, because I'd be worried about everybody doing their job, or they say, just let them do their job. Really? Then when they screw up, it's your fault because you weren't on their backs about it. Or if they screw up and you have to get rid of them, you got to find somebody else that can do just as well as they did. Or you get so pissed off because someone does something wrong, you knew it could have been right and you could have changed it. And yesterday I was getting mad at him during the breaks. I'm like, wait a minute, this ain't right. The phone ain't. Well, why is the person high and they're not low and everything else? And it's just something I got to get used to. It's just something that I got to focus on. Oh, it's a yawn for my conversation here. It's tiring. It's making me tired talking about other people. No, not really. I've had a busy day. See, I have a normal day before I come on the show. And I haven't even gotten to some of the news yet. We might do that. We'll probably have that in the second half. What's that ticking noise? What ticking noise? Anyways, people were telling me there's a ticking noise in my voice. I didn't know there was a tick in my voice. Anyways, like I said, pleasing other people is very hard. But we have to do it. And to wrap this part of it up, I guess, because we're coming up on another break. We're going to have to take our second break coming up here. And it is one of the mandatory breaks. We have about 3-4 mandatory breaks that we have to take for sponsors and whatnot. And if you're listening to the archives, or you ever do listen, you will not hear some of the advertising, because YouTube has rules. You might see a full show on my website. And, of course, our Facebook audience and our iVlog audience doesn't have to hear that stuff. I wish they did. We may start just doing the whole show anyways, where people can hear the ads. Because, the people that do the ads, that pay for the ads, they want everyone to be able to hear their stuff. I would love to leave it in the YouTube, because it could reach an even better audience, but that's not my problem. So 607-238-3816 is the phone number. Our website's www.brotherwade.com. Our email is cwlawrence01@gmail.com. Folks, we'll be right back right after this. All right, folks, we're back. Welcome to the program. We are back. I don't know what's wrong with the phones. I don't know if somebody's on the phone or not. So what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to see if this phone works, because I have somebody on hold here. And I'm not too sure what's going to happen to the phone when I do put it on hold here. So I'm going to try desperately to see if we can get my phone to work. And try desperately to see if this phone system works. Let's try line number 2. Hello. Okay, I don't know what that was. Let's try line number 4. Line number 4. Hello, are you there? Okay, so you're going to laugh into the phone and act like a total jerk. All right, well, that's the way it goes, I guess. Welcome back, folks. We tried to open up the program with a phone call, and since somebody just laughed into the phone in a really weird, awful voice, I apologize for that, folks. But welcome back. Welcome back from our Facebook Live here. Welcome our iVlog TV chat room. If you're listening to the archives, of course, welcome back. 607-238-3816 is our phone number. Our email is cwlawrence01@gmail.com, and my website is www.brotherwade.com. So, as we were talking earlier about the paranormal field, the paranormal investigations, on the break, I started thinking about, I missed the important part, is that we always have to have fun. So I'm going to quickly add that in there before we go and open up the phones and everything else for our second half of the program here, is you got to have fun. You got to always do it for fun. And I mean, be serious about your business, be serious about your services, be serious about your background, be serious about your skills, but have fun doing it. And if you're not having fun and you're not enjoying what you're doing, then you shouldn't be doing it, because you got to have fun doing it. And that goes for anything at all. So let's get on to what we have else to talk about here. We are in the second half, so we're going to get to some other stuff. Science, educational stuff. Maybe we'll push that out of the way. You know, the science behind the paranormal is pretty good. The science behind it, everything behind it's wonderful. Maybe we'll get into a little of that. I didn't get much into the news. Watching, I think it was CNN at my appointment, my doctor's appointment this week. Everything went well, don't worry about it. But my doctor's appointment, CNN, they had Donald Trump up there. They had some other stuff of some political opinions. I'm really tired of political opinions. They always seem to be the same. They always seem to be nurturing the same way of thinking, I guess you'd call it. But all right, real quick now, I got another caller here. Hello, line 4. Nobody can hear us. Speaking very low into the phone. The voice was very low. I can't hear him. I don't got time to play around with this. If I can't hear you, or you don't have a wonderful topic to talk about, or you want to fool around, or you want to be a total whatever you want to be, then go ahead and do that, because I'm just going to go to something else or somebody else. We never know here. Could be something else. It could be a alien creature calling in, or something from another universe. We don't know. Or it could be a human being from Earth. We don't know. We just don't know who's going to call on the program. So, on to other things here. And those other things would be, going into the second half of the program, of course, would be opening up the phone lines, 607-238-3816. If you're going to talk into the phone, talk so we can hear you. That simple. Anyways, welcome to the program, everybody. Welcome to Facebook. We got Facebook up here, iVlog TV. Welcome, archived people again. Let's see if this phone system works. Caller, hello. Are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Did you get my thing on your website?
I can hardly hear you, sir. Okay, well, I don't know what he's talking about. I can hardly hear him. Either that, or I got to position this phone a little bit closer to me or something here, because I don't know what he's saying. I don't know, and I don't got time to fool around with him. I just don't. Don't have time to fool around with the callers. And so, here comes another caller. Let's see. Caller, welcome to the program.
Hey, what's up?
Can you hear me okay?
So far, so good.
Okay.
Oh, man, getting a hold of you guys is a pain in the friggin' butt.
Why is it a pain in the butt?
Well, I just bought a new headset, and it's cutting in and out. I thought it would be easier to call into the show and do all that happy junk, and, well, obviously it didn't work the way I wanted it to.
Well, if you got a new headset, I can't do much about it. That's on you. As it is,
Yep, I know.
as it is, my microphone stand here is not doing well. So, what's on your mind tonight?
Well, I had a question. I tossed it on your guys' website. I wanted to know why some people are more receptive to seeing spirits than others.
All right, so what you're talking about is the actual seeing. See, a lot of times I get mixed up. I'm not a psychic like that, but what you're talking about is people actually seeing physical forms, psychics seeing people's relatives, and that kind of stuff, correct?
Not just psychics. I know through my life that there is actually people out there who aren't psychics, who are born in the realm where they can see the departed. But they don't know how to go about talking to someone about it because they will be seen as loopy.
Well, see, that's the thing I brought up earlier, that we have to, you just brought up an interesting point. People see people crazy and loopy, as you call it, because, that's why we got to have professionalism. But there are people who don't see that. And the first thing I tell people is, why did you see it and how did you see it? In other words, were you actually in a home where somebody passed away? Was a family member coming back? How did you see it? Was it in the middle of the night and you woke up? Did they wake you up? Did you happen to walk into a museum and see somebody that was there that resembled somebody that owned a house or whatever the museum is? You got to understand a lot of this stuff that people see. They see something and they just don't understand it, so they think they're nuts, they're crazy. That's not the case. We're perfectly fine. It can happen. And in recent times, I've seen a lot of cases where they will see somebody, what I call a flesh spirit. They will see somebody in the flesh, like body and soul right there, and the person will be there. Maybe they'll nod to them. A lot of times they see this in hospitals. They see this at museums. They see this at like historical parts. Let's say Gettysburg is one of them. They will see them on tours of places in Europe, the castles and stuff. And then the person will turn around and walk into a wall. And the person doesn't walk into a wall. They're just gone. They go through the wall. And the person has told me more than once, and I've done a lot of cases, paranormal investigations and other cases, and I've had events where people have described this as well. People will tell me that it was like a real person standing there with them. And the person got up and walked away, and they just weren't there anymore. And this thing about they weren't there anymore, I said, did they phase out? Did they go somewhere? Did they have time to go somewhere? In other words, say you're working on construction or something, or setting up an exhibit at a museum. You see somebody standing there, you go back to set up, you turn around, they're gone. Well, that's time for them to leave. And they'll say no, they just like walk down the hallway and then they're not there anymore. So a lot of people do see this. A lot of people have done reports. I have a reporting line now on the same line. If you see something, you can call in and report it. But you bring up an interesting topic of seeing spirits. Now, there's also psychics who see spirits.
They do, but some don't. Some just feel them. I'm talking about actually seeing them like you're looking at your best friend and they're there.
Yeah, I can't do that. I wish I could in a way. And then again, I've heard tales of people saying they wish they didn't have the talent. It's an interesting topic, and it's an interesting thing to talk about, is seeing the spirits. Now, if they're right there like you're talking about, they're not like a ghostly image or a see-through image. It's becoming more and more prevalent, like I just explained. And what I would suggest to people listening to our program is don't be afraid of it. I would be alarmed if I saw somebody go through, just disappear, but I wouldn't get all a panic about it. The spirit probably saw you and then went back to where they came from, or went back to what they're doing, or they're still there. You just no longer can see them. There is energy fluctuations, that the spirit's energy is not good enough to be in that form anymore, but that doesn't mean they've left the area. And I am one.
Another question there. Some people are really receptive to the energies too, not just the spirits.
Yes, we see. I believe I am. I believe my mom was. I believe I have a good friend who is. And I know some people on Facebook who is. They almost, when you go places, will say, hey, there's something here, because they feel it. I have become that way through the many investigations I've done and the many things I've done in this field. I've become sensitive. I've become accepting to different feelings, if you would. A lot of people ask what energy is. It's a feeling. I call it as I stand there and I feel like there's somebody with me, but I'll look around and there'll be nobody there. Or I will be with a friend of mine, or I'll be with somebody somewhere, or on investigations we were there and I knew who was with us. I knew who was in the group. I knew where the client was. I knew where other people were, if there was other people. So as I cough, sometimes other family members, as I cough again, would be with the client.
You'd be good.
Yes. On the cases, the clients would have their other relatives with them, or a neighbor or something. So I knew who would be there. I knew who was supposed to be there. So if there was somebody that wasn't supposed to be there, I knew they were there as well. And what would happen is I would go in an area, maybe with another investigator. We would sit down and do our EVPs or something, our EVP session. We would take pictures. A lot of times I would feel like there's an actual another human being there, look over, and there's nobody there. The area is empty. I would go over and check it. And sometimes over there it would be warm or cold, or you get a feeling that you're being watched, or you get a feeling of what I call heaviness to your body, like there's more gravity, and it's a little bit harder to walk, or it's a little tiring to move. And that's another feeling I've experienced. That's a lot of these things are part of it. A lot of these feelings are part of what it is and part of how it is. As I see that our phone is ringing. I don't know why our phone's ringing if I have a caller on it, but we'll figure it out that later. But anyways, we have these energies or these feelings, and they come. Now, I don't know, for some people they come quick. Some people know they're getting the feelings and they work through them. For me, I am in that moment and I hear it and I know it and I sense it and I feel it and I react to it. I've even said on the recordings, hey, I'm feeling this way, or the camera, look in this area because here's where I thought I felt a human being. And everybody knows what it's like to have a human being next to them. And if they don't, walk into a mall or a Walmart and walk past somebody. Or stand there in an aisle, and when you see somebody walk in the aisle, notice how your body feels. Notice how your mind feels, how your body reacts to it, because your body is going to react to things you may never see or hear. Your body would react to a fly flying around that you're just not paying attention to it. Your body, all of a sudden, you'll turn around and look as if there's something there, and it's not. Maybe it was an insect. Your body knew it before your mind and your eyes knew it, okay? And when I say body, I mean the mind, too. I'm not separating all these things. But our visual is our eyes do not see something. Our mind and our body, meaning our skin or our organs or our nervous system, okay, that's the body with the mind, it's all in one thing, reacts to stuff. I'm positive. Our are reactive to these things, and a lot of people can't handle it. You bring up another point, some people can't handle it. I don't know, are you sensitive?
Yes, I am, and I'm pretty sure at one point you were talking to me while talking to me.
Yes, I was talking to you while talking to you. That's part of being on the program, but anyways.
You know what I mean.
Yes.
About me while I was on the phone with you, not realizing it was me.
Yes, probably. It realizes that, these feelings, people have to realize that these feelings are natural. Everybody has them. There's just people that have more of them. So the person on the phone, me, other people, other sensitives, other psychics, other investigators, people generally listening to this show right now, we're all the same. We have all the same feelings. Just some of us are more in tune to it. I wish there was a way.
I happen to be one of those people, and at times I'll be the first person to admit it's a curse.
Yeah, well, yeah, a lot of people tell me that as well, but I don't see it as a curse. I would use it. I would use it to help my investigations, to help my shows, to help people. I would really like it, but I don't know. I mean, sometimes being a tarot reader can be a curse when you get a lot of readings. You can't catch up. The other day I did almost 112 readings in the week. The other day I figured that out. 112 readings in 1 week. They were free for our Facebook people. If you need a reading or you want to have a reading, we're getting a little off topic, but since I'm mentioning it, we do readings on my YouTube. Just write us an email, www.brotherwade.com. Let us know you want one, and we will pick through them to have one. So, all right, caller, I'm going to let you go. We have other callers here, but let me express something here real quick. That caller knows what he's talking about. He said he was a sensitive, and he brought up a wonderful, wonderful topic that we need to be aware of our senses. And it does, in a way, worry me sometimes when I do feel these feelings and I'm not quite sure what they mean. We have another caller. Okay, I don't know what happened to that caller. Folks, when you're on hold and you're on our system, please wait for our system. You may be on hold for a little bit. You may be on hold a little while, but that's part of the program. A lot of people call in, and when they start calling in, there's going to be a lot of people. Please be patient. Wait for your turn. Don't rush it. We will get to you. We will get to you. I mean it, folks. I will get to you. I promise you. I promise that we will get to you. But like the person said, there is a sensitivity. There is a way about sensing things. I'm glad that they brought up that topic, because that's a topic that a lot of people don't necessarily like to talk about, their feelings, being in touch with their feelings and all this stuff. I'm sure there's stories that our caller could have told us. Of war stories almost. I have stories where our psychics would feel stuff. They would start crying. They would have emotions. They would just be totally out of control in some ways. But I don't mean out of control as wrong, but out of control of their feelings because stuff hit them real quick. It's just wonderful how our body reacts to stuff, how our body acts, how our body is in tuned, how it's made to do this, how it's made to be in tune and a part of this stuff. All right, folks, 607-238-3816. You can call in if you like. Our website is www.brotherwade.com. Our email is cwlawrence01@gmail.com. Let us know your questions, and we will get to that person. And when you write to us, folks, real quickly here, when you write us an email, either through our website or our Gmail or, writing to us or letting us know or leaving a message or whatever, we will answer you. Either I will answer it on the program here on the show, or I will privately answer you. So all the emails are answered. It may not be on this program. We may not have a show where we do email answering. But I promise you that I will answer your email. I will find out what I can if you want us to research something. If you have problems, we'll try to take care of them. I like to interact with our listeners. I want to be able to have people write to us and call us and be able to have that communications with them. So I will definitely get to that email, and I will write back to them. So don't think you're writing to me and I don't read it or I don't respond to you. It might be a little bit if we have to research something, or if you have told us a story and we would like to look more into the story so that we could better help you with your problem or situation if that's the case. So 607-238-3816 is our phone number. www.brotherwade.com is my website. So the caller was talking about energy. Wonderful topic. And as I look down, I realize we have to go on our first break of the second half. So we're going to go on a little break, and we'll be right back. And we're back, and as I was researching some of this stuff, the energy is fascinating. Just decided to pull up something real quick on this energy stuff here. Energy is made up of our brain and our nervous system. And when we sense something, it's either through our skin, through our, which is touch basically, through eyesight, smell, hearing, tasting. These are senses, but we also have senses that are considered senses for survival, almost like an understanding of the world. And if anything is out of fluctuation or anything is out of, sync, our bodies will know it. And that is why, perhaps, a good thing to add is to the sensing of spirits and sensing of things that aren't there, because our body sees that its normal sensory is, out of sync. And, it's good for survival that we have that, because if we sense that somebody's there, it could be danger. Animals sense danger like that. They sense that something could be there, and it's not there. Then their bodies have to react to it so they can, fight it off or react to it or run away from it or join it. Or in humans, we don't necessarily run away or fight something. We interact with it. We communicate with it. We talk to it. We look at it. We see it. We observe it, maybe is the word. Observation and communication. So if there's somebody standing there, then we would talk to them or we would watch them. A lot of times in a store, somebody's in the aisle. You don't talk to them, you just watch them, see what they're doing. Or if you do talk to somebody, you're watching other people around you. Somebody walks behind you. You just turn around and all of a sudden you're like, oh, and they're there. Well, what happens if somebody wasn't there? What happens if you're on in the Walmart on the track of searching for some groceries? For me, it's mostly soda and snacks and a good steak to shove into my mouth, and to eat, and food, and maybe pants to buy or something. Anyways, you're in the store and you are shopping groceries. So you know the freezer is going to be cold. You know the food is over here and over there, and you know what you're doing. All of a sudden, you know the feeling of when somebody walks behind you, and you're like, oh. They just walked behind you, and you didn't notice it because you were wrapped up in looking at the product you're trying to get. Well, what happens if there was nobody there when you got up? You're like, oh, and there's nobody there. That's the feeling we're talking about, folks. That's the best way to describe it. That's the feeling that we're talking about. That's the feeling that's there that says the O, and then the O is that survival I just talked about. Saying, oh, there's somebody there. Well, what are they going to do? Is it harm? Is it communicate? Is it observe? Is it nothing at all? They're just passing by me. Is it something else today it's going to go on? Maybe they'll give me some news or something. We don't know. We don't know what they're going to do. Maybe they'll hand you a candy cane because they're weird or something. We don't know. And that's survival. Humans, we don't look at survival like animals look at it. Survival for us is getting food on the table. Survival for us is getting to work so our bills are paid. Nobody's going to harm you in Walmart. Nobody's going to harm you anywhere you go. So that part of our minds are gone, literally. Unless you live in a really, really bad neighborhood in a big, big city, the survival of the other person's top of the line, I have to be the best, is gone. So that stuff is gone. So the stuff we do have, we have for our daily activities. And it's nothing new. But there's some people like the caller who is sensitive to this stuff, who may see other people in the aisle when they're not there. You would not see that. The caller would. I'm assuming the caller's a guy. I assume. So let's say he will see this stuff. He sees other people. He sees other spirits. He sees other people doing other things, maybe. Maybe there's somebody just standing there and people are walking through them or something. I've heard of that too. Psychics will see other people around us that we're not aware of, that are doing other things that we're not aware of. Maybe the thing is just walking around the store. Or maybe they're standing in the freezer, and there shouldn't be anybody standing in the freezer, and that's how he knows it's another spirit. I'm not sure how you would know if I personally was in Walmart, or the mall, or a park, or anywhere for that matter, McDonald's, Burger King, a diner, if I was somewhere and I saw somebody, I would not know if they were a spirit. I would not know the difference because my body doesn't sense that all the time. It's only sensed it. I can probably count on one hand how many times I've sensed another being or another person near me and there wasn't somebody there. So for me, I could look down the aisle or at the park, look around me on the sidewalk I'm walking on, and there'd be somebody there, and I assume they are real human beings, flesh, human people. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not human beings. Maybe these human beings that are there are not there. Maybe they are not human. Maybe they are something else. And maybe we need to focus on this and pay more attention. Maybe I need to pay more attention. Maybe you need to pay more attention because some of these might be spirits. Maybe we need to talk to them. Now, I don't mean go around talking to everybody you see. But if you just see somebody standing there staring, walk on, I don't even know what to say to this. What do you do? Walk up to them. Hi, are you a spirit? Hi, what's going on? Hi, I don't even know what to say to them. And I don't want to say something that makes somebody weird and leave and walk away, and their mind is just gone because I am acting crazy. Who's this crazy man asking me if I'm dead? That kind of thing. And I don't know. I don't know what to think of that. I don't know how to put that in communications. I don't know how to put that in words. I don't know how to get that out to people like they should be. I don't know how to do it. And that's my problem. That's my intuition. That's my whatever you want to call it. My way of doing it. My way of not being able to do something, I guess. I don't know. I have for years wondered if who I see is real or not. And it's not that I'm paranoid. It's just that I've heard all these stories of people saying, well, there's nobody there and there is, or there is somebody there and I don't see them. Am I intruding on somebody else's space? Am I being rude by walking into somebody that's there or walking through them? Am I being rude? So I should go around saying, I apologize everywhere I go, just in case I walk through somebody. I don't know. But I think that's being paranoid. I think that's being overly thought of, or overly thoughtful, or overthinking what we're really doing, 607-238-3816 is the phone number. Our email is cwlawrence01@gmail.com. Our website is www.brotherwade.com. Going into the bottom half of the second half. We're on schedule today. We started off talking greatly about the paranormal field, which I don't, as I yawn through my conversation here, which I don't really start off with. I don't very often, I don't think I've ever started off a show just going right into the topic like I did today, but we had a lot of emails from our last shows. Our last shows generated a lot of emails, and I'm very happy about that. I'm very happy that our show is generating the email, that our show is generating what needs to be done. I'm very happy to see, as I yawn again for my conversation, that people are coming up. They are watching our live programs. They are listening to our archives. They are taking part in the show, and it's great. So I don't mind coming in talking full head-on into our topics. And the news today, we don't really have that much news. We don't really have that much stuff. I'm not too keen on getting the news that I saw on today. And I want to bring you news that is good, news that is peaceful, news that is plentiful, news that is informative, news that is great, news that is worth you knowing. Okay? I don't want to just tell you stuff and then it gets boring or whatever. I want to make sure the news that I'm producing, or the news that we're telling you folks, is relevant, okay, and ready to go. Other than Donald Trump, the news has not been too many. They haven't had too many discoveries that I catch up on a little bit of them once in a while. And I've discussed them already. As I yawn through my conversation again, I've discussed them already. I've told you about things that are happening and doing. So there's no sense in telling you them again. I don't want to keep saying stuff and keep having stuff and keep talking about stuff that is over redundant, that is over processed, that is over our heads. I want to give you new and current information. I want to make sure that the information we give you is top of the line, so to speak. I don't know what people are saying on Facebook. And every time I adjust this camera for them on Facebook, I don't know what it is. I can barely see the small print. Barely see it. But I see you're writing, and you're taking part in the show, and that's great. And people will see the rest of the show in the archives. You can go up on my YouTube and see that. www.brotherwade.com also has my archives. Has both shows I've done. I keep a lot of stuff on there. We're changing it. We're doing better. We're thinking about doing another show. We're have some options to put some other stuff and information for you up there. The number is 607-238-3816. Call in. And we also have on our number now. Mostly people probably are going to listen to the archives and do this. If you have a Bigfoot sighting, if you have a UFO sighting, if you have something you want to report, something for us to investigate, call that number as well. I think it's option number 4 is to get in on the program. But we have other stuff up there. We're turning the number into other things. And this time I am sitting on the other side, for people that are just tuning in, sitting on the other side of our board where our board guy would be. And the other side is where I normally sit. So I got all of these things all over the place. So we've managed fine. We're doing well. We're not hurting and hard-pressed for time. We're not suffering, if you will. I'm suffering a little bit because my back has been just ungodly hurting. But these wonderful, nice, new, comfy chairs here, as you can see me sitting in them, they're great. Maybe you can't see me sitting in them, so I'll describe them. They're brown, padded, black padded type thing. They have wonderful padding on the handles here, or the rest where I put my arms. The back is nice and padded, and I can lower it and raise it as I please. So it's a great chair. And everybody that's watching the show is probably wondering, why is he describing his chair? And it's because, for the people that aren't watching, people that are listening to the program, some people do put me on and then listen to me. They don't stand there and watch me. I'm not the prettiest thing you've ever seen. Trust me. Okay? I'm not. So, I wouldn't be that beautiful to watch. But so the padding where my back end is pretty good in these chairs. So we're managing. Better than the other chair I was sitting in. That broke, by the way. And sent me to the floor. Which didn't help my back any. Nobody really cares that I fell on the floor from a broken chair, so I don't even know why I'm saying this. I don't. Nobody calls in and says, "Oh, how are you doing after your little fall?" No, they don't. They don't do that. Nobody cares to send me warm wishes that I get better either. So, as I cough through my conversation. So, I am managing all right. I am managing somewhat okay. I am managing better. I'm managing fluently. I am managing haphazardly, really. But, I'm not going to tell you how bad I am because I don't think anybody cares. So, anyways, what do you want to talk about tonight? What is on your mind to talk about? What is on my mind to talk about? I didn't have anything on my mind coming into the program today. But the caller brought up something very interesting about energies and feelings you get on investigations, or as he said, he gets them all over the place. Somebody in the iVlog chat room mentioned there's something moving behind me. It's just the way the camera is, I think. There's nothing behind me. And I don't feel there's anything behind me. So if there is something behind me, I'm not feeling anything right now, so I don't know. But the person over there said there's something behind me. Every time I broadcast, somebody tells me there's something behind me. And there is something behind me. It's called a wall and a window. And when I sit on the other side, it's a wall and a book chest. Okay? So those things are behind me. And there is a light over here. There is a desk thing here, and then we got the camera, and then we got the other camera, and then this camera's off, and the other thing is there. So that's our whole room, so I don't know what you're talking about. And if you're listening in the archives, or you're listening to me on YouTube, we do a live Facebook show thing. Sometimes messes up. We do a live Facebook broadcast, and we do iVlog TV broadcast. So that's the way it is. And we do these broadcasts every week to get more people involved in a broadcast, more people with us. A lot of people like listening it, like seeing us do the program. They like hearing it, of course, or you probably wouldn't be listening to this, but people like seeing me do it. So they enjoy watching the program be done. So that's how we do it. That's how we get sometimes a better audience. But we want listeners. We want you to tell your friends. We want you to tell everyone about us. And we're coming up on the second break. A real quick in and out break here. So, you know what? Maybe I'll skip the break. I can't skip this one. I can't skip this break. So when we come back, we're going to get to the phones. 607-238-3816. We're going to maybe see what we got for our emails. I think we got 2 of them. But anyway, www.brotherwade.com is our website. Folks, we'll be right back right after this. And we're back. Welcome aboard again. More stuff. www.brotherwade.com is my website. 607-238-3816 is the phone number to call in. We also have an email, cwlawrence01@gmail.com. Everybody knows this stuff, but I tell you again anyways. What we're discussing, and here's another thing. If you guys can't wait for me to get to the phone, or you want to scream into the phone when I answer it, because we had 2 people scream into the phone again. Earlier we had somebody that was almost unrecognizable on the phone. For some reason. They were unrecognizable. It was almost like they couldn't manage. I don't know what it is. I don't know why it is. I don't know how it is. But that's the way it goes. And these people are like that. They just don't want to take the time to act professional on my phone. But anyways, if you can't when you call in, or I answer the phone on the breaks, and you can't wait, I hear a dial tone, or somebody complains because they're on hold too much, wait until we get to you. You're not going anywhere. You're still hearing the show. Everything is still fine. Don't worry. You're not going to miss anything in your life. When we get to you, we get to you. And I wish there was a better system to do it. But anywhere you go that has a phone system like this, that takes callers or interacts with the public, as a system of making you wait until they can get to you. So don't worry. Even the doctor's office, they make you wait till they can get to you. With that out of the way, welcome back, folks. We're going on the bottom half of our program here. We're going on the bottom half of the second hour. And each hour, we take 1 or 2 breaks. Each hour, we try to get 4 or 5 breaks in there. Now, if you're listening to us on the archives, you may not be able to hear the advertisements because YouTube and the other stuff have rules. If you're listening to me on the website, I kind of take them out of there because it makes, you guys want to hear the show, you guys don't want to hear advertising. But I should leave all that stuff in there for the advertisers. So we may do that. We might leave it in there. And, of course, if you're listening to us now, we're, going to leave that stuff in there, too. So, and so. Folks, I forgot to mention, we're trying to get archives up and running on my website. Some people have said the archives sound funny. Listen, I don't know how they sound. I don't go into my website and listen to my own show. But I know they don't sound funny because I don't sound funny. So I don't really know what you're talking about, but we will look into it. We will try to get the website. www.brotherwade.com is the website, by the way. Where we'll try to get the archive section or stuff corrected if there is a problem. I don't know. Sometimes when you go up to the iVlog TV chat room, the camera's right here. The other Facebook's here. The other one we don't have, and the other one on this. Anyway, sometimes those people like to be spammers, and they like to just act funny, and they like to be dumb, and they like to be unserious. They don't like to take things passionately. So I never know if they're talking about a website issue or if they're just trying to be funny. Themselves be funny. They're talking about me being funny. Themselves are being funny. I don't know. So, but I will check it out. So what's on your mind? Call in 607-238-3816. And earlier it brings up the one topic that I forgot to ask the caller, and I should have, is what they're into. Are they into the paranormal? Do they just are sensitive and a medium? Are they a psychic? I forgot to ask them that. But he was very good. He was very full of knowledge. He was very mindful of his feelings. And, I feel sorry for people like that sometimes. I'm going to bring it up again. That I've heard a lot from psychics is that they see stuff, they hear stuff, and they don't want to, or they don't like the gift, or they wish the gift could turn off, or they wish the gift was different after a while. They get so they do it. And I can see that. I can see any profession like that. I can see anything that you have like that be that way, dragged out. Something happens and you're just not the same with it anymore. But I would like to have the gift. I would like to be able to help people with it. I don't think I would use it for, show and stuff. I don't know if I could stand seeing the other side all the time. As I yawn for my conversation, I don't know if I could see them all the time like that. I don't think I could see them, whatever it is throughout the entire thing that they are. I just don't think I could do that. A lot of times I do see where it could happen. And I do see myself, I would like to, like I said, be able to do it, but I just don't see myself wanting to see them all the time or have it all around me, as I yawn for the conversation again. All the time, here and there. Everywhere you go, you see something. Everywhere you go, you hear something. Everywhere you go, something's there. Everywhere you go, there is a spirit or there is someone there. I do not think I would like to be like that, but I would like the ability to see the spirits or communicate with them to help others. So, with that out of the way, somebody just said science. Quick comment in the iVlog TV chat room. What about the science? What about the science? What are you talking about? We talked about science last week. I do have scientific equipment. I've mentioned it before that I should come up and I should show everybody my equipment. But the people that are listening, our archive audience or our YouTube listening audience or whatever, if I came up, as I yawn through the conversation again, if I came up and I did that and I showed you equipment, the listening audience, I don't think would enjoy that too well because they wouldn't be able to see it. So I'd have to make YouTube videos. I would have to see or produce some kind of visual for the listening audience. So I don't think I could come up and do that on the show that we have. It's just, you hearing my voice. Now, if I was to, so I think I'm going to do is YouTube videos. So if you guys have any ideas like that, and I can't get it up here for a show idea, like showing equipment would be an excellent thing to do for everyone. But I can't do it with people listening to my voice. They would have to see the equipment. So, as I yawn, again, why am I yawning so much? Why am I seriously yawning so much, folks? Really, why am I yawning? I'm not even tired. Why am I yawning? Anyways, as I was saying before I started yawning, and it's pissing me off. I keep yawning, and it's just irritating. It's just bothersome. It's just abnormal. Maybe it's something supernatural and paranormal. I don't know. Anyway, if I was to come up and show equipment, I think I'm going to do it on my YouTube. And it would get people to come to my YouTube. I really want traffic to my YouTube. I like having subscribers. I would like to have some videos that reach 1 million marks. I don't know if I'd ever have it. Here I go yawning again. Stop yawning. Maybe it's because it's hot in here, but we got a fan. We don't have air conditioning. We have a fan. Maybe getting the YouTube audience, getting the people I want in the YouTube audience, getting the people for the YouTube audience I want would do it. Maybe it would make it so that it is okay. Maybe it would make it so it's wonderful and feels good and is great. I don't know. I don't know what to do about that situation. I just don't. I barely know what to do about the YouTube videos I have. And I do archive this show up there and other shows, so you can go over and subscribe and watch other shows. You can catch up on shows. If I mention something in this show or another show, and you don't know what I'm talking about because I said last week or last time, or this person or that person had an interview, or this story and that story, you can go and catch up. I encourage you to go up there and listen to all my shows. Not just the paranormal type. I've done other shows, and they're archived up there on my YouTube. It's a great way to archive stuff. Maybe we should start our own paranormal show. Maybe we should start our own stuff, a visual show. A show that people would see me and see my equipment and see what I do. I don't know. I don't want to step on anybody's toes that already do that already have stuff going on. I just don't. And I don't think it would be fun for me to push other people out of the way because I want that show. I have this show. And also the work, as I yawn again. Oh, what is wrong? What is wrong making me yawn? I'm not tired. Anyway, what do I have to do for that show? What would the work be? What would the workload be? I already have a workload with this show. I already have a workload doing stuff with this show, so I can't do another show. A visual show would be nice. It would be more appealing. But I just can't do it because I have this show. And I want to make this show the best and the best again that it can ever be. That would take up more time off of that. That would make more time for other stuff I would have. And it would take up time and elements that I don't have. And all of that stuff too. But I don't know. I just don't know what can be done. If anything can be done. I'm not sure anything can be done. I'm not sure it's something that I whisper in the dark kind of deal about. That I would like to have a show. I have a show. But I meant like the visual show. The kind of paranormal show you might see on TV or something. But I don't, and I really enjoy speaking. I really enjoy communicating. I really enjoy having this kind of element. It's not something for everyone, of course, but it's something that I cherish. It's something that I do. It's something that I want. It's something that I've wanted for a long time. It's something that I have. It's something that I'm good at. It's something that everybody knows I do very well. Going through some stuff on my website here, and I just noticed that a few people have sent me emails. They have done the email thing, So as I sit here, I'm going to have to focus on these emails. I'm going to have to read them later because I can't go through them now. And I don't think that would be very cool if I sat here and went through your emails and read them to you when I'm supposed to be talking about other stuff. And maybe some of these emails are personal. I mean, over the years we have had personal stuff sent to us. And here, if I'm going to read it live on air and I get into it and realize it's personal, that's not going to be too cool. But I will get to your emails. And as I said before, I'll reiterate this again. I will answer your emails personally. If I do not answer them on the show, I will reply to the email. I will reply to your questions, your needs, your concerns, anything you have. I will personally communicate with you and reply. It just might not be on this show. So if you don't see it replied on this show, and it might not be the very next day, I tell people give me a week to get to you. Because sometimes we get a lot of emails. We had about 10 the other day. And one of them was 3 pages long on how this show starts and how things could be changed. One of the emails was how wonderful it is. That was a 2-page email. I love those. But other stuff was sending us information, sending us, we get advertisements and everything else here. So, as I look at the time, folks, dragging it out to the second half, as I look at the time, we are almost to the end of our second half of the program. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a real quick break. An absolutely wonderful quick break. I mean, it's going to be real quick. And we're going to then come back and start our third half of the program. So, folks, www.brotherwade.com is my website. We'll be right back. All right, folks, welcome to the third half of the program. Great to be with you again. And on the we answered a few emails. We got some of your emails out of the way. Got about 12 emails. I only got to about 3 or 4. So I'm going to have to go back to the rest of them. I probably got about 9 more emails to read a little later. So I'll do that a little later. I promise you. I will get to the emails. I'll get to you. I'll make sure I get them done. I always do, and I always answer you. In fact, 2 of them I answered. So I have 1 to answer yet, and then 9 more to read. Whatever it is. Anyway, back to the program. 607-238-3816 is the phone number. Email cwlawrence01@gmail.com. The website is www.brotherwade.com. And live on Facebook here, our iVlog TV chat room. The whole website went down. I don't know why. I don't know if that's a problem. So we're just going to stay with Facebook Live. Facebook Live today. Well, we were on iVlog TV. Until it did it. I don't know if it's my account again, or if it's part of the iVlog TV website experience. But anyways, so let's welcome again our Facebook audience to our third half of the program. And, of course, you archive listeners as well to the third half. So what did we talk about the second 2 halves? We've been talking a lot about energy, a lot about paranormal, the field again. I got heavy into the energy and into spirits and stuff. And I enjoy talking about that kind of stuff. I really enjoy it. I enjoy talking generally about it. I enjoy talking to you folks about this field. And the reason I do is because I like to open up what I do for you. I like to open up what I do for my fans or my friends or whatever you want to call it in today's world. I guess if you're talking about the show, it would be fans and listeners. If you're talking about the general public, it would be my friends and everybody on my Facebook. I enjoy helping people as well. Like I said, I would use these skills if I had them, senses and psychic abilities and all this other stuff. I'd use it to help people. And I don't know if there is any training. Maybe somebody can call into the program, 607-238-3816, and let us know that how to train for it. And I don't have a lot of money. Hint, hint, no money here, folks. Hint, hint, again, no money here, folks. Again, I'll reiterate, no money here. How to train for this if I have to pay somebody, or I have to go far away, or if I have to be in some secret group or secret information sharing or whatever it is. I don't know. I would like to know. I would like to be able to up my skills from crystal ball reading, tarot reading, paranormal investigating. I do clearings, cleansings, exorcism. I do science research, paranormal research. I do the cryptid research. I do UFO and alien research. But I'd like to add possibly being a psychic to my agenda, to my resume, if you would, of things I can do. Now, I don't know. I mean, the rest of the stuff is keeping me busy. And mind you, I did take a break. I think I've only taken 2 breaks the whole time I've been in this field. So in 15 years, we've narrowed it down to 15 years, 14 years, if you count these breaks. I think I've taken only 2 breaks in all of those years, and they were due to personal reasons, or to fix personal stuff, or to get through personal stuff. So, that being said, I've dedicated my life to this work, and I've made this show dedicated to my dedication in this field. So that's a little bit, and I started the show today jumping right into our topics, jumping right into stuff, right there, ready to talk about it, ready to go with our subjects. I should have done news. I should have done, but that's the way the show runs. I have a schedule now, a producer. She wants me to get everything right, which I do. We have a manager that supports her. I support her. So it's not like it's up in the air anymore, but I just got off that subject. And I've done the news. The news that I have, a few pieces of paper. I've talked about it before, but I was going to get a little bit more into it about these discoveries of Bigfoot. We talked about it on the last program. The discoveries of Bigfoot, they look different. They have different color hair, gray hair. And then the sightings of lizard man and more UFO lights, or they're calling them UFO lights. They're lights in the sky that they don't really know what they are. They're not drones. They're not aircraft. They're not anything known. So it's unknown lights in the sky. And I did a little more research on that stuff. I did a little bit more research on it. Found out that the lights could be a lot of other things, ball lightning, a lot of animals, a lot of, we have those northern lights things, but these are more of ball lights, or they're spread out, and they look more like they're man-made or placed. Whatever's doing it is placing them in certain areas. That was on the topic, but we've already discussed those news stories. And there comes a time when sometimes the news that we have is I run out of news. I run out of time. I don't necessarily run out of topics anymore. But the news and the stuff we discuss, I run out of. And I shouldn't. I shouldn't run out of it. I should not do that. I should not have to run out of topics. I should not. I should plan accordingly. I should plan duplicately. I should plan structurally. I should plan coherently. I should plan. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I shouldn't, but it is. And I don't know why this Facebook keeps messing up. It's almost like it's duplicating itself. Earlier it wasn't doing that. And also on my cell phone, maybe somebody listening in the archives or listens on YouTube can comment why Facebook Live screen looks funny sometimes. When I put it up here, I don't look the same. It almost looks like it's darker, or sometimes it looks fuzzier, or sometimes it looks like it's not in focus. I don't know why. Maybe it's my cell phone. Maybe I'll give my cell phone a good cleaning. And the room looks like it's in this area up here. It looks like it's focused out of there. And then in this area here, it doesn't look like it. Then I go down to here is where the microphone is right here. And I'm just pointing to stuff here, so I don't know what it looks like on the camera. But if I go here to this one here, and then this area in the corner here. Anyways, those are the places that I'm talking about. Anyways, it must look pretty funny with me walking around with this pencil in my hand here. But that's okay, because we're working on the Facebook. And I really enjoy Facebook. I really, 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 really enjoy it. I enjoy my audience up here. I have a new phone, so I can come up more often, and I enjoy doing it. We may do some readings. If you want to have a reading, www.brotherwade.com. Send us an email on our contact page. Let us know you would like to have a reading. Let us know that you're interested in the reading. Let us know that you're interested in having one. And we will see what we can do to get you in. We do a YouTube where we give readings. And if you're already listening to us on YouTube, go down to the subscribe button, go down to the like button, and also look into the rest of my videos. And I mention this for the people that are watching us live. I mention this because later we're going to post this as an archive show on my YouTube. So my YouTube audience that listens to me doesn't see the stuff the Facebook audience has, or the iVlog TV audience. So there's 3 different audiences, so I have to mention all 3. And if you are listening to live things, go on my YouTube as well. I as I said before, I want to get more people coming to it. And my website, cwlawrence01@gmail.com is my email. 607-238-3816 is my phone number. My website again, www.brotherwade.com. It's pretty quiet during the third half. We took a phone call earlier. He spoke about energy and seeing spirits and communicating with them. And I didn't have a chance, and I should have, but I didn't. I didn't have a chance. I didn't take the chance in asking him if he's in the paranormal field. Is he a psychic, or is he just somebody who has feelings? By the way he was talking, he wanted to know more information about it. And I would like somebody, if they're listening, to, if they know information about having feelings or descriptions, as I begin to yawn for my conversation. Again, I'm yawning. I don't know why, but I He started talking as if he was in the field. He's discussing feelings, seeing ghosts, seeing spirits, seeing what he called entities. He didn't name them as if they're male or female, but he said they're like real people that are actually there. And I didn't get a chance to ask him about that stuff. I should have, but we had other callers on there, and the other callers didn't want to wait. So if you're going to call the program, either wait until I get to you or don't call. Seriously. Why? But they hung up. So I could have had more time with him if I knew that, but I didn't know that. And maybe he'll call again. And we could talk to him again about it. But it was great talking to him. And he brings up another interesting point. That's two callers. The last show had an interesting caller about Bigfoot. Why can't we see them? Where do they go when we don't see them? She said other animals you see all the time. You don't see them all the time. And he had an interesting topic about energy. So we are getting good people and good topics and good subjects and good feedback. And it's becoming wonderful for the show. And the third half of the show today is a little off because I went full go into the first half of the program. I really enjoyed going full go into the first half of the program. I enjoyed doing that. I enjoyed doing it that way today. And I think I may do it some other times too. I don't know. But I have to follow this stuff that's up here. Over here I have a piece of paper. And the piece of paper is what I go by. And I have to obey it. I have to focus on it. It's when our breaks are. It's when our times are. It's when we're doing something. It's when we're not. If I've taken breaks on time. If I haven't. And we're looking at 5 individual commercial breaks. And I'm going to start adding them into the videos if we're allowed. YouTube does not allow, because they consider it to be copyrighted, or they consider it to be talking about another person, or whatever. So we're going to see about those rules. And we're going to see if we can add those in there, because it would be a great outlook. It'd be a great way for the advertiser to get more business, because more people will hear about them. That reminds me, up on Facebook, the Thrifty Witchery is having a contest. I haven't heard from Misty. I'm wondering if she's all right. She's our producer, by the way. She's a wonderful woman. But she's been working. She has another, normal 9 to 5, I think. And she's been working and did some overtime. And I said, don't worry about it. I got everything. So I've done everything well. And I'm looking forward to pleasing her and proving that I can do everything well. And the last show we did, our friend Lauren joined us and took over the board. So this week I have the board and stuff. And I haven't done it by myself in a long time. I'm not in a long time, but what I meant is I haven't been totally in charge of everything, the board, the mic, this, that, Facebook, everything, in a while, because I normally am accompanied by someone doing the week's programming. And we're starting to do more programs. I would like to at least get on the social network, Facebook, iVlog TV. I'd like to try YouTube Live. I'd like to get up there at least once a day to check in with people, see people, do what we have. I don't know how many people I'm looking at or I'm seeing. I don't know how to read Facebook Live yet. I don't know how to focus on the top, up this area and down there. And if you're listening to me, okay, and you're not on the Facebook with us, and what I mean by up there and down here is my cell phone has four corners in it. Picture four corners here. And then certain stuff is in this way. Certain stuff is up here. We got numbers up here. We got letters out. We got different comments going up and down and there. And all of this is kind of confusing to me because I've never done it this way. Totally this way. And I've never had to do it myself. So if I had a question, I always had somebody to ask to. And this week, we don't have anybody to ask anything to. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. But it does show me on the bottom, I have 5 bars with circles. So that means, I guess, 5 people watching. That is the top rated sign. I don't know. I don't know how to read this. I could scroll up. So I guess it stops at a certain height or something. But anyways, welcome all of our Facebook family here. And it's like a little family. We're all kind of together. We all know each other's business. We all see each other. We all help each other. We all check in on each other. And I've never really had any arguments with people on Facebook. So what do you want to talk about? 607-238-3816. www.brotherwade.com is my website. My email's cwlawrence01@gmail.com. And it's just me relaxing in the third half. The first half, maybe if you're just joining us, I think a few people are. We were hung-go right into the topic. The second half, we've kind of hung-go on another topic, and now we're kind of dying down. The lines are still open. So if you want to talk about something, we can talk about anything you want to talk about. I don't really know what time I got to take my next break because I've taken the 4 breaks. So one of those breaks is a mandatory break, and I got to take it. And we're trying to get it into the first half so that if we have guests in the third half or we have a special topic for the third half or the second half, we get the callers in there. We don't have to interrupt anything to do that mandatory break. 3 mandatory breaks, in fact. So that's 1 mandatory an hour. Then we fit in the other 2 in there. And I don't know how she does it. The management and the producers and the office. What I call the office now. The office deals with that. I don't deal with it. I do deal with talking about somebody advertising. I do deal with a sheet of paper here. Thrifty Witchery on Facebook is having some specials and a special giveaway. And I was talking to All-Star Taxi Cab, which is a cab service in Niagara Falls area, and otherwise would like to. And then I was talking to somebody else about a tour. They do tours all over the place, and they were talking to me about what I could do to help them produce something, but they got to go through the office. I think it was Apple Travel. And here I am plugging. I'm not plugging anything, folks. Don't say, oh, well, you're giving them a free plug. You're doing them a free favor. You're saying their business. That's fine. Who cares? Okay? Coca-Cola, Pepsi, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Popeyes, Dunkin' Donuts, Starbucks, Walmart, Target, Sears, okay? Coast Tire, Meineke Muffler, Pizza Hut, Domino's. So what? I'll say all these business names. Does not mean I'm advertising them. Doesn't mean anybody's going to go to them. Doesn't mean anybody really cares that I'm mentioning these businesses. Okay? Somebody's iVlog TV chat room is not up right now. Somebody better tell me how to get it back up. There's Arby's. There's Taco Bell. What am I missing? Anyways, off that subject, so I'm not plugging anything. Nike sneaker, Reebok sneaker. How about the Toronto Blue Jays? The Baltimore Orioles, the Atlanta Braves, the New York Jets, the Cleveland Indians, the Cincinnati Bengals, You want to do hockey too? We have the Boston Bruins. We have the New Jersey Devils. We have the Tampa Bay Lightnings. We have the Sharks. We have the Ducks. We have the Islanders. Basketball's Knicks, Bulls, Celtics, if they're still around. So what? I'm mentioning teams. I'm mentioning restaurants. I'm mentioning product. Who cares? What about Burlington? What about Best Buy? What about Disco Round Music? What about Charlie's Music? Charlie's Music Factory. In fact, I bought a microphone from that place once. So what? Doesn't matter I'm plugging. Doesn't matter I'm even mentioning these places. I'm not mentioning a way to contact Guitar Center. Anyways, I'm not mentioning how to contact them. I'm not mentioning how Wegmans and JCPenney's. See, these things are popping off my head. The Chinese buffet. We got a Chinese buffet up here, too. Anyways, New Panda restaurants, a Chinese takeout, delivery, to-go type, Chinese food. Anyways, I'm not mentioning, what about Coin Op Laundry? What about Gold Coin Laundry? See, I'm not mentioning them as an advertisement because, like I said, I'm not mentioning any numbers. I'm not mentioning any way to contact them. I'm not mentioning any websites. And all these places are national chains. You drive down the road in any big city, you're going to see any of these national chains. Syracuse, Buffalo, Chicago, Cleveland, Ohio, Dallas, Texas, Miami, Florida, Orlando, Florida, Los Angeles, San Francisco, San Diego, Detroit, Michigan, Las Vegas, Nevada, Salt Lake City, Utah, Denver, Colorado. Let's go up to Kittery, Maine. Would Kittery, Maine have these things? Newport, Connecticut, Boston, Massachusetts, any of these big cities, Trenton, New Jersey, any of Philadelphia, Scranton, Pennsylvania. Any of these big cities will have any of these big chains. It doesn't matter that I mentioned them. What matters is that I'm trying to prove a point that I'm not plugging. And enough with the point, because some people are probably getting annoyed by it. But we're in the third half, and I've basically done everything we've had in our stuff to do. But anyways, that does remind me, I'm not going to go to a break. I don't think I want to go to a break. That reminds me, if you go up to my website here, I do have the stuff up on my website, www.brotherwade.com. I have the archive shows up there. Now that I'm calming down, I have both of my shows I did. And I have other stuff for you as well. And my YouTube. And subscribe. Maybe you're listening to me on YouTube. Now, if you're watching me on Facebook and iVlog, we don't have iVlog right now, so it's just Facebook. But if you're listening to us, because iVlog TV went down, if you're listening to us, and you're in the archives, wherever you're listening to my voice, go up to my YouTube, subscribe, and watch my other videos. And why am I telling you this? Because it's great to do. It's a wonderful, wonderful way. As I calm myself down, I'm not really calmed down. I'm kind of pissed off. Somebody accusing me of plugging. But it's done all the time, folks. Not like I'm bad-mouthing anybody. Not like I'm bad-mouthing anything. I'm going off on a rant. It's first rant of the night. I've gotten myself down to one rant. Isn't that nice, folks? I think I've made a career out of ranting here. But anyways, like I said, You go up there, I have stuff for you. I have stuff for you on my YouTube. On my YouTube, I have all of the shows, everything, all in archives, in playlists. Playlist archives. There's other playlists you can go up to. But I have it all there. All nice and neat and stacked up and piled up. Readily available for you. All right, we got a caller. Caller, hello. Caller. Hello. Okay, I don't know what's wrong with it. Caller, hello. I can't hear you. You're muffled. The caller's all muffled and toned out. Absolutely odd. Absolutely weird. Muffled and toned out. And I can't have that. I don't know what's wrong with it. I don't know why it's like that. I don't know who did that. I didn't do it. Whoever was on the phone, I apologize to you. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. I don't know what the person was saying. The phone is fine. The phone is, I don't know. Now I'm going off on another rant on the phone. See, I got one rant in the show. Now I got two. Now I'm going on a third one because now I'm tired of the phone system. Now it's making me angry here. But we did have a phone. Let's see. The phone is fine. The other line is fine. The lines are fine, folks. The lines are there. The lines are okay. There's nothing wrong with them. Why I could not hear you. Are you on a cell phone or something? I don't know. Anyways, I've seen a lot of stuff like this. I've seen a lot of stuff that's like this. Here I go on another rant. So that's, I tried to make it one rant a show. But anyway, we're in the third half anyways. So what does it matter, right? We're almost on the last leg. I don't know how many viewers are in my Facebook. I don't know how many viewers are archived on Facebook, because I believe you can see the shows and archive them on the Facebook. I try to go over here every now and then and take a good plenty look at whoever's here, and I don't see anybody on here. I don't see anybody on this one. I did, but I don't anymore. And I don't know why. I don't know what happened to that. I had something up here, now it's gone, now it's not there. I don't know. I got the two things running and I don't know what it is. So, anyways, that's the way it goes around here sometimes. That's the way it happens. That's the way it does it. That's the way things work out. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Are we coming up on a break now? No, we're not. I'm not going to take another break. I'm not going to take another break at this time. But that's the way it is. And this phone system does work. We had two callers yesterday. We had a few callers today, but they didn't want to stay on the hold. Maybe we can change the hold music. Maybe we're going to have to change around some other stuff. I don't know. There's advertisements that are supposed to be played up there. See, I don't know. I just put the thing in there and it does it. This is almost works itself almost. But that's how things happen. That's how things go along. I don't know what exactly all is going on. So, I can't answer anyone on the phone system. I can't answer your questions on it because I have it set up, and then after I set it up, I just let it go because I don't like to mess up stuff. And I can either put you on hold, as I did earlier, or I can just outright answer it. So if anybody wants to call, 607-238-3816, cwlawrence01@gmail.com is my email. www.brotherwade.com is my website. And we're going to take a small break. We got going to do another break here. Then we're going to do the final part of the program. When we come back from the break, the final part. So we'll be right back. All right, folks, we're back from the break. Wonderful break. Talking to some people on Facebook during the break. We also checked our emails over here. Got through 4 emails. We have 8 more to do. We have a total of 15 emails now. So, earlier I only had 8, but we got more. So I'm going to go through. I got those. Responded to one person. So, we responded to some people, okay? And we got other emails. So we're going to try to, like I said, we respond to everyone email who writes in here. I will personally communicate with you and respond. May not be on the show, but I will personally answer your email. So, with that being said, if you send an email, you get a personal reply from me. If you want it answered on the show, or is it something that we can talk about on the show, then let us know that as well. We also do the free tarot readings once a month. We have where we will do tarot readings on the show. And we also have tarot readings on my YouTube. Go up to my website, www.brotherwade.com, and request a reading. And we will give you a reading. Right now in the messages thing, the Facebook here, one part of it shows the number 3. Another part shows 4 bars. And the other stuff are all these other things. I don't know what they are. So I don't know how many people are watching. But welcome. You in the archives, if you are listening to us on YouTube, browse around the rest of my videos and subscribe if you're listening to us on the website. Don't forget to check out the other stuff on the website. If you're listening to us on Facebook later on after the live show, you can go up to my homepage and see the video of me doing the show live right here, doing it live. And so we want you to friend us. We want you to share it. Let other people know about this show. We're trying to build it. We're trying to make it better. We're trying to process it so it becomes better, bigger and better and everything else. So we ain't got much to talk about because, like I said, the first half of the program we came full swing in talking about the paranormal. And the caller talked about feelings. Maybe there's some psychics out there that want to talk to us or answer the question of these feelings, of what they feel, how they feel it, what it is. I said my feeling is like there's somebody there or there's something there. Now another person brought up an interesting topic or an interesting thought. It's more like it, but it's something good to talk about. It is like an animal, they said, at home. You know your cat or dog or your pet is watching you. You know, maybe from another room your cat's awake watching you, or your dog is staring at you. She said, you know, you're laying on the bed and you know the dog is watching you. Or she's reading and she knows the dog is awake at the end of the bed watching her. That is the feeling. Also can be described as the feeling our caller was talking about with being watched, with having these feelings that he has when he sees spirits, ghosts and spirits, he says. Now, I don't know what the difference is. I always thought a spirit and a ghost was the same thing. maybe to the psychic community or the sensitive community, they are two different things. I'm not sure. I know for me, it's there are times when I've had on investigations feelings, or even areas around town, or when when we went to places, that there was somebody there, like a physical human being standing there. And like I said before, it is kind of eerie feeling it, but I know the feeling, and there's nobody there when I look. I have checked out places. I have looked at places. I have said to myself, now what is here? Who is here? Why are they here? Who could be hiding? Who could be, when you're in group investigating, who could be with somebody? You don't know who could be with somebody. You don't know who could be with them. You don't know who is there and who's not there, and who is contacting somebody else or going along with somebody else. You don't know. You don't know who's there. You don't know who could be there or why they're there. So I've often said, somebody said there was a ticking noise in the thing. I don't hear a ticking noise. But anyways, I finally got my iVlog TV back up and running here, as I've been putzing around with stuff. So somebody said there's ticking. I don't hear ticking. I don't see ticking either. As I was saying, you think there's somebody there and they're not, so you check it out and they're not there. It often you would be at a facility maybe, or at an event or an investigation where other people are there. And there could be somebody watching. There could be somebody sitting there. There could be somebody in the dark. It stepped in the dark quietly behind you. You're not sure. I'm not sure. So that is something that we have to be aware of. It is something that, as an investigator, you're always aware of. I don't know what that ticking noise is, so iVlog TV chat room, stop telling me there's ticking noises in the audio, because I don't hear it. I don't see it, I don't hear it. Taking on and off my headphones, I don't hear nothing. What's going on with that, I don't know. But anyways, these iVlog TV chat rooms, folks, I really admire, or really am thankful, really love, really endure, really are pleased with these people supporting me. But some of them can come up with some interesting stuff. I think, I have had people cause trouble with the phone lines, but I don't know what they're talking about, so we're going to ignore that. We're going on to towards the end of the show anyways. So with that, busy week coming up for me. But with that being said, 607-238-3816. Call us in and let us know your stories and reports. We do have a reporting line for cryptid creatures, UFOs and aliens, sightings, Bigfoot, Lizard Man, the Dog Man, maybe a UFO sighting. Go up on my website, check it out, www.brotherwade.com. Folks, I will see you next time.